Hello everyone, welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Mental Health Mondays. I'm your host, Alex Warman, and I'm happy to be back and continue to break the stigma surrounding mental health conversations.
And I'm Brooke Burho, your co-host. I am happy to join the Mental Health Monday team and work towards normalizing mental health conversations.
Before we begin, we'd like to acknowledge Miss Finnegan's Level 1 English class for writing our scripts and being incredibly helpful with the production of our show.
There is plenty of work that goes on behind the scenes, and we are very grateful for everyone who is involved in supporting our goal to letting every student know they are not alone.
During this episode, we will be discussing stress and anxiety. If you feel uncomfortable at any point while viewing, feel free to leave the classroom at any time to make your way down to the Guidance Center, where there is a quiet and a safe space for you.
So let's talk about stress. We all get it, but what really is stress? Stress can be defined as any type of physical, emotional, and psychological strain. Stress is your body's response to anything that requires attention or action.
Many different situations or life events cause stress. For example, we all know that the beginning of the school year or exam season can be a very stressful time for many. New classmates, new friend groups, new teachers, new courses, any kind of change in life that causes us stress. Unfamiliarity and discomfort can cause great deals of stress.
I'm sure you're all aware of the sinking feeling in your stomach that you get when you're stressed out. But what are some of the signs that you are stressed out?
Stress impacts not only our mental well-being, but our physical well-being. A few mental or behavioral symptoms include an inability to focus, being more emotional than usual, feeling constantly overwhelmed or on edge, trouble remembering or making decisions, low self-esteem, crying spells, bursts of anger, and much more. A few physical symptoms include loss of appetite, fatigue, headaches or stomach pains, avoiding family or friends or activities, panic attacks, indigestion and heartburn, muscle aches, difficulty breathing, and more.
Cortisol is your body's built-in alarm system. It is your body's main stress hormone and works with your brain to control your mood, fear, and motivation. After a stressful event, your cortisol levels should calm down and self-regulate. If under constant stress, however, your cortisol levels will remain high and it can derail your body's important functions and cause symptoms that we discussed earlier.
So, what can we do to avoid being under constant stress like this?
Self-care plays a big part in managing stress, but there is no simple answer. How everyone deals with stress is what makes us unique. Certain things work for certain people. Some things that people do in general are, like taking breaths, stepping back, and going for a walk, or simply doing something that you enjoy. It can also help when you stay organized. Do not bite off more than you can chew.
Right. It also helps to remember that there are two things in life, things you can control and things that you can't control.
Some things just aren't worth stressing over.
The things we can control would be all the elements in your life that you actively have control over. For example, I can control if I do my homework and get it passed in on time, but I can't control if I have the homework. I can control how I react to situations, but I can't control certain situations that occur, like unexpected accidents or what other people think of me. Since I can't control it, there's no point in stressing over it. There's nothing I can do to prevent it.
However, if the thing that used to bring you joy are not helping anymore, and if you're experiencing an immense amount of stress, and finding it debilitating and impacting your everyday life, it might be a good idea to talk to a family member, doctor, or counselor.
If you feel you need help managing your stress levels, the guidance room has plenty of resources. You can make an appointment with Ms. Hovey in the office.
There are lots of misconceptions surrounding stress, which we will cover in today's misconception session.
Yay! Welcome to Misconception Session, where we debunk some of the most common misconceptions surrounding mental health. Our first misconception is that you need to be busy to be stressed. This is false. There's no requirement to be stressed. Although someone else may have a busier schedule than you are still allowed to feel stressed. Everyone has a different level of what they can do without pressure, and that level can change over time.
Our second misconception is that stress is not manageable. While feeling stress can be overwhelming, it is not impossible to overcome it. Managing your stress levels can look different for everyone. For some, it can look participating in sports or clubs or making yourself feel good. Or it can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you're feeling stressed. With the right balance, many people can manage their stress.
Another common misconception is that stress is always bad. This is not true. In fact, stress can be a great motivator for getting schoolwork done on time or finally completing that one thing you've been meaning to get done. The problem with stress comes when it is no longer manageable and begins to control your life.
Stress and anxiety are not the same thing, although they can have some of the same symptoms such as shakiness, fatigue, and irritability, they consist of the different body responses. However, anxiety can cause someone to feel more stress. A common symptom of stress is anxiety, and they often come together. They're not the same.
And our final misconception is that stress is purely mental. As we've previously discussed, there are both physical and mental symptoms and signs of stress. Thanks for tuning in to another misconception session. We'll see you next time. Try to keep in mind that stress is a natural part of life and can be completely manageable with a well-rounded lifestyle.
Remember that you can't control everything, and that's okay. Stressing out about things you cannot control is not the best use of your time.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this year's first episode of Mental Health Mondays. Remember to take care of yourself and that it is okay to not be okay. See you next time.
Take care.